All right, guys, I think that we are live. Um, the screen is popping up in front of me, preventing me from telling me if we're live. And let me get back over here.
Yep.
Yep, we are live. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, welcome back, everyone. This is Let's Hash It Out, where we go over all kinds of different stuff within crypto. Weekly show every Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. London. So, um, don't know if the times have changed across the pond yet or not, but anyway, send the link out. Stake may join us here in a little bit. But today we got Javier and Clint Westwood on for Let's Hash It Out. And anyway, I do want to begin with something a little different. I do want to illustrate something for everyone in that this is the wallet that I set up on Exodus for the giveaway for Digibyte. So it's at $100 at the cycle low this time. It came out to roughly 15,000 Digibytes. So for the giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, gonna have a random generator to go through comments and whatnot. But at 1,000 subscribers, you get 15,000 Digibyte. Currently, you're up 22% in this wallet. Right. So, I mean, what started out at $100 is now $122. However, what I want to keep in mind is as this goes further into the bull market, what is that $100 actually going to equate to?
That's going to get interesting. This could be a good experiment, man.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So, I
yeah.
mean, I've done a couple of cycles now, and that's why I called the low. And so, again, I backed up the truck and, kind of want to put this out there for someone else. Maybe this can help someone because what does it have the potential to be? Well, just at the previous all-time high is like $3,000.
How sweet would that be?
Right. And that's
well, Clint or Dave, tell me what that means in a third world country.
Exactly.
A lot.
What would this mean in like Argentina or anywhere in South America or in Africa? So I hear a lot with the African community online on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean over there it's could be life-changing wealth. And that's where sometimes I hear people that have been in this space for a long time. We're talking bigger numbers, but we're trading, and some people have made money. Some people are playing with house money. So take into consideration that $10 is $10, and $10 could turn into $3,000, and then you could lick your ice cream and go somewhere else and further advance. Or
not $10.
Just take your initial investment out.
That's $100. Not $10
I'm sorry,
3,000, but $100 into 3,000.
Sorry,
possibly.
So, exactly. You could take out your investment. Go ahead.
Well, additionally, I intend to use this wallet for the channel in the future as well. This is already a doxed wallet coming from the wallet that I choose to use when I go around from crypto event to crypto event, and I give out, $15, $20 a Digibyte at these different events to go back and forth with people, not just to give it away, but to try to interact with them so that way then they understand how. But, and this is the wallet address here. So there's a QR code. Like I said, this wallet is already doxed, so I really don't mind.
Anybody wants to donate? Anybody wants to donate for giveaways and supporting the channel? There you go, right there.
Exactly.
Just scan it and throw a few Digibyte in it.
Well, I did want to mention that this wallet is through Exodus, and it is open while we're broadcasting. So if anyone does leave a donation, it'll go cha-ching in the background. And you know,
sweet.
The other thing is that this is not a V3 wallet. So Exodus is still a V2 wallet, which means that you can only send and receive digibyte from. You can't do assets through this yet. Right. So do not send any digi assets, no NFTs to this wallet. So just
digibyte, please.
But yeah, right now it's up 22% already.
You know what, Dave? I mean, this is a perfect example. I mean, a lot of people right now, here we are in a down cycle. Well, we're moving up, but I mean, you know, we're kind of at the bottom of the market when you look at it in the 4-year cycle, and we've got a long way up to go. But right now, and a lot of people will say, wait till it moons, wind moon. Wait till it goes parabolic. Wait till we have the blow off top. I'm going to do this, and this. Oh, I want to donate to this. I want to do this. Listen, here's what you do. You do what Dave just did. You take whatever you've got that you want to donate now. Say you got $10. Put $10 in digibyte. Let it sit there. And then when it goes parabolic, take that same digibyte that's now worth $100, $1,000, and then donate it. And I mean, look at how much better, that you've done with that money. Instead of waiting for it, you've actually put it aside because you believe in crypto. That's what you're waiting for it to go up, right? And soak up money in the fiat system. Okay, we'll just set it aside now and let that crypto go up, and then pay out your charity or make your donation with that crypto as it's up. You're done.
Well, Hey, Steak, what's going on, brother? Good to hear from you. We missed you last week.
There he is.
I was a little bit late. I just went out, had dinner with some colleagues, so I'm sorry for being late.
No.
But I'm glad I'm here, man. I missed you, buddy. I missed all of you. And just to chime in on the topic, it's just great to see Dave giving $100,000 away in 2025.
Right? I know.
So just in hindsight, just to put a little perspective on it. So that's very kind of you, Dave. $1 million bucks by 2029, and 10 million by 2035. You're a very kind gentleman. So.
Dang, let's write it off then, Dave. Let's do the tax write-off then.
Well, I'm doing this also as a social experiment to show the interaction of not just any coin out there, but like for the previous cycles, everyone used to say, well, I'd buy digibyte, but it doesn't move. Okay, well, it's already up 22%, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't understand the argument. I mean,
you know what, Clint, and how nice would that be? As you have family, and so does Steak. You set aside, this is for my son, Christmas, my daughter, whoever.
Birthday gift.
You hold the keys, you hold everything, and this is for later on in their lives. And they can I said $100. They're going to kick you in the ass by saying, why didn't you put 1,000 or 500? But when that $100 in 10 years, what will that be?
See, that's the perfect way to do it, because time is on their side. You know what I mean? Say you just got a newborn child, and for the next 20 years, even right now, just like you said, just put $100 worth of digibyte in there at birth and forget about it. In 20 years, when that child opens that up and says, hey, here's a gift for you, and they're like, can you imagine how much that would be? And all you've done is taken $100 in today's money and stuck it in there and just forgotten about it. Instead of buying a life insurance policy, for the cruise, all this and that. It's like, no, put in digibyte for $100. Wait 20 years and let's see where it's at.
Yeah, and if it's nothing lost. But $100. If it's something, hallelujah. And I don't know if this is the time, maybe either any of y'all could speak on it, to put it in a paper wallet to where it's not even on the fucking books. Very early, and it's a wallet that just sits there until maybe there'll be times where you could put it into a smart contract and then put the rules and regulations to where it won't be a high risk for the youth. You don't want someone immature that or whatever problems could, maybe you decide to change. You've got that right to change your mind. It's your money. You're if you want to be and I don't mean any disrespect, Indian giver. That's one we used to use back then. I don't know if that's offensive, but if you want to decide that you don't deem them worthy of it, well, it's your money. It doesn't have anybody's name on it. It's something that you have. Put it this way, my father did that to us. I think I shared one of those coins that my father did from the Olympics when we went there.
Yeah,
It's a nice thing. It's the 68 Olympics. I was there, and he took us there, and he had some silver coins. And so, what's it worth now? What's it worth in the future? Maybe $600, like they're predicting. I don't know.
Hey, it's priceless to me, Javier. Thank you, brother.
No, yeah, it's
I'm
just
treasure
it was just a thought that I had, and I said I just wanted to share that with you.
That's awesome.
That not too many people have.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I'm Charlie. Oh,
don't do that.
Charlie. So yeah, I apologize for the noise in the background. I'm in the train right now going back home, so you might lose me on connection or hear some noises in the background. But I've been busy the last couple of weeks. I still am. I'm gonna stop doing spaces for a bit on Twitter, and I'm gonna focus a little bit more on some things in life. Going well, but I need to preserve my energy. So I really look forward to tonight. And what a fucking news! In the last couple of weeks.
A lot going on.
I mean, everything. I told you guys about that whole Evergrande thing with the treasuries. We didn't hear a shitload about Evergrande, but China's playing on the background. And what have you know? The treasuries have gone out of proportion. It's all the fucking news. And now, because of that and liquidity issues, we've got that ETF that's being rushed. And now we've got that Ethereum ETF that is being registered by BlackRock in Delaware, which kind of hints towards the fact that they only did that if they're feeling safe about Bitcoin, because why else would you just put more into it? So, yeah, it's just, I have a lot of conversation with people in crypto about price speculation, and they ask me, reasonably, where do you see it going? I'm not part of an institution or an awareness team in Digibyte, so I'm allowed to speculate on price. And I get the fact that we're creating opium, but let's be very fair. We all want to kind of make a buck and know what we're up to. But boy, oh boy, if there is an ETF for Ethereum, why wouldn't there be an ETF for Litecoin? If there's finite Bitcoin, there's also finite Litecoin. And it's also, part of that whole BlackRock thing with Coinbase. I'm not really a big proponent of Bitcoin Cash, but why wouldn't there be an ETF for Bitcoin Cash? And in the same lane with proof of works, at some point, maybe Doge will be first, maybe Ravencoin, but why wouldn't there be an ETF for Digibyte if there's also a 501c3 in all the states? I mean, that's a pretty package to put a ribbon around and tell Wall Street that they can do some extra mumbo jumbo with a 501c3. Some of those guys will love that angle. So I can see that being very interesting too. And then we see the whole angle with the stable coins. It's heating up. It's heating up in politics, in the Senate. People are starting to ask questions higher up. It's kind of impossible not to be in the spotlights anymore. And we see the whole stablecoin thing being under a spotlight with not having the right reserves, being a fraud, and then there's no exit liquidity for exchanges like Binance. Like, I don't know, were there people that were talking about that for a long time ago? I think we've got the timeline right, guys. I think we're on the fucking money. And I just fucking hope we are. A day like today in the green is a confirmation to me that, these face melting candles, they can happen out of nowhere. They can just, you can just gain a 10% a day. You can just maybe gain a 50% a day, or even on some alts 100% a day. It's just fucking nuts. But I do still think that we're going to have a little bit of a mini run up before the stablecoins crash the liquidity out of the market. Sorry, Dave.
No, I agree with that statement. My where I question is I can see a Bitcoin ETF, and then I can see a basket of goods like your Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, that kind of stuff. However, I think Ethereum is going to have some issues because it was sold as a security. So there's a lot more there. I don't think that they're going to be able to get an ETF passed on Ethereum. I mean, they can present whatever they like. What passes is something totally different. I mean, how many ETF proposals have there been?
Can I ask you one question about the Ethereum ETF that might change your mind a little bit, Dave? And it is a loaded question.
Please.
So forgive me for it. But why do you think that politics on Wall Street is all of a sudden playing non-corrupt? Why do you think they wouldn't? I mean, is it so far-fetched to think that the guys that profit from Ethereum are actually the people in Wall Street and politics? I mean, they got their bags loaded on that shit. Why the fuck wouldn't they? Even the SEC today made a statement that under new leadership, FTX should continue. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, they can't even answer. They won't even respond to every time that it's asked. Is Ethereum
exactly? So is it so far-fetched to think that there is somewhere in Delaware? I mean, it's Delaware. There's a reason why they choose that. Fuck knows why they choose Delaware. But maybe there's someone there that just happens to be someone that likes to sign shit. You know, someone that doesn't have a problem with putting their autograph under something. Maybe Delaware is where there's a lot of ink.
Joe Biden. Yeah. Isn't he from Delaware? Joe Biden.
No, but
somebody that understands
is it so far-fetched to think? I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm not an American. I'm not rooting for a left, right, blue, red, Democrat, Republican. I'm not in that shit. No, right.
It really doesn't matter. Trust me.
Right, like same circus, different clowns. But it's just, I agree with you, Dave, from a technical point of view with like just Bitcoin, no Ethereum. I say wholeheartedly yes. But if we look at the corruption in this space, I want to be a realist. I believe in the bad nature of people.
What I'm getting at is I don't see 1,000 different ETFs, right?
I do.
I can understand a couple, and then more of a basket of goods.
Sure, no, I agree with Steak. I agree with Steak, and this is the reason why. We're still playing. If we still have the dollar, we're playing the same game. Why wouldn't they do it to all these bullshit coins and then drop them? This is how they make the money.
As long as they can front run it by getting a bunch of them before they launch.
Exactly.
Because everything becomes paper. Paper Bitcoin, paper Ethereum, paper Litecoin. It's all on IO.
Who's buying
same as the silver market.
Yeah, who's buying Digibyte right now? It's not. But who besides?
Have you seen the movements on chain, Javier?
Yeah, and I'm seeing it just about everywhere. But my thing is, Johnny Law's spoken about this. We know where the most of the Ethereum, most of the Digibytes going. We know.
And Litecoin, it's not going.
Thank you, and Litecoin. And I just want to put a disclaimer: if you see Clint leave the room real quick, we know something happened. We know something happened. If he disappears, I'll be right back. That's a true sign.
Scam went down. Go by.
Yeah, I'm going too. I'm going to my computer. The hell with everybody. You'll be sitting duck here. No, you've put some great stuff out there, Steak. I don't know if it's all you, but even the XRP in Georgia, and not the state, but the country. Accepting XRP. I mean, it's not just Digibyte, Litecoin, proof of work. Right. Put it this way: are we getting ready for them to pump the shit out of every 17, Dave? Know it.
Here's the beauty. Here's the beauty, Javier. Here's the thing that many people aren't suspecting, because we've had some time to hash this out. Like we're not in the news. Like we fought this scenario out already. Like we're not reacting to the news right now. And I've been saying this for a long fucking time. At some point, They want your real coins. They want them, and they're going to get them. And the only reason they can get them is if they're not in self-custody. But if they're not in self-custody, they're on an exchange. So the only way that they can get your shit is if they get the exchange.
They get the exchange. Or this way. They give me the right price. Put it this way. Steak, if you bought something for $100 and now it's $10,000, and I'm okay with selling it for $10,000 because they know it's going to $100,000. Would I sell at $10,000? Yeah, because I'm different from Clint. I'm different from you. I'm different from Dave. And at that point, I go, I have this many. Did I have a very comfortable life from now on? I'm going to get rid of X amount, and 10,000 is good for me. Even though I know in the future, I'm selfish. I'm not planning to leaving it to anybody. I'm going to take that damn little card with me when they bury me, or cremate me, and then everybody's screwed.
So we're gonna cremate you with a card. Is that what we're gonna do?
Well, if Michael Saylor told me to do that.
Yeah.
We got you, Javier. No problem. No worries.
You're the type of guy to listen to everyone, Javier. We know.
Exactly. I'm a follower. Y'all know me as that.
Yeah. Very submissive fella. I know.
Yeah, very submissive.
Yeah, deposit. I'll pay you 13%. Right. Right.
No.
Yeah, 13%, baby.
No, that's what I'm saying is everybody's got their own journey. And Steak, you're the one that opened my eyes to that and said, Javier, dude, at your age, go. Time is the most valuable thing in your life. Well, in y'all's life too, but for me more so, I'm older. Go and live. If you can go and live life and you can buy that doctor and buy the therapist and buy to fix it time. In a week.
Mermaids.
Buy time.
Yeah, buy comfort, buy time, buy energy. I mean, why not? Buy health.
That's what I will do.
Swallow a few pills in the morning. Get a few peptides and a few testosterone and a few multivitamins in it. Swallow them, be done with it. Done. Right, exactly. I mean, fuck the mermaids. I get it, but it's just if that's what makes you tick, then by all means, right? I mean, you're in this business to do it for something, and we all are. And at some point, you might as well chase those dreams or tumble down the rabbit hole.
And I appreciate so much. Like I said, I don't know that I would have looked at it that way until this particular time. Were we destined to be here and share that? But I realized that my dreams, and though I'm close to probably Clint's age, is different because he's got a different family situation than I do. And so he may not be as selfish as I am. Me, I'm selfish too. My therapist told me that. I'm dogmatic.
There you go.
And bombastic.
Well, there you go. Well, Javier, thanks for the compliments. I think you would have figured it out by yourself by now eventually as well, because you told me to smell the roses and lick your ice cream. I think that was you or Dave. So
no, it wasn't. I think Clint told you that. I told you to lick something else. But we're not going to go into that right
now. No. I'm quite sure that licking is Javier. I'm quite sure.
Swim in the ice cream and lick the roses. Yes. I don't remember what it was.
And I do get confused. Sometimes,
Daddy-o, ETF, no keys, no coins. Right on.
Thank you. Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we covered stable coins. We covered the issue with the ETF. Let's cover something else that I'm pondering about that I've hardly heard anywhere else, and I've said it before. So if you need exit liquidity and you want to privatize the profits, and then after privatizing the profits, what do? You socialize the losses. So where do you get exit liquidity in this market? Well, I'm of the conjecture, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think the pension funds are going to give the exit liquidity, and I think the pensions are fucked. I think 2008 is the housing crisis, the subprime mortgage crisis. I think 24 is going to be the pension crisis. And I think it's going to be a great segue into adoption for a digital identity and a digital dollar or euro, because you're going to need your digital pension, because otherwise you don't have a pension fund. Either you don't put your money in the pension fund or you can't get it out. It's something we all need. And I think that's a great incentive for an adoption. So that's the way I look at it. And I think in one way we are going to celebrate for making it big and tell the system, fuck you. But on the other hand, I cannot oversee the fact that it will come at the cost of something. Maybe not the pensions. Maybe I'm wrong there. I still think I'm right. But it can't. There has to be exit liquidity, right? And I'm just worried.
Those pensions are stuffed with a bunch of garbage derivatives right now. So as those things start imploding all over the place, what are you going to do to fill that void?
They're the first ones to go. So if you peg them against the Bitcoin ETF, paper Bitcoin IOU,
and Bitcoin
then they've got
up.
like immutability. And then the pensions are immutable, but they don't have the coins for it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask all three of you this. We know that some other countries hold bonds, basically money of the United States. We're always so worried that they're going to come spend it. Why wouldn't they just buy Bitcoin with that? Is there a possibility that they could buy Bitcoin or any of the other? When I say Bitcoin, I mean anything else.
El Salvador did that. The BRICS nations are buying gold or want to buy gold.
Buying assets, sure.
There's a lot of shit happening now that we speculated about for the last 2-3 years. That's actually happening right now. So I'm just really fucking excited.
Yeah.
I'm just really fucking excited. I'm like, oh, really? We're right again? It's just, oh, really? Are they really going to fucking print again?
Yeah. Well, what else are they going to do?
Thank you.
And I've been crazy for 2.5-3 years, right? We all have. We've all been ludicrous. Like, they're not going to print more. Those treasuries are not going to get fucked. We're not going to go into another war. Biden's going to solve all our problems. No, seriously. Trump was really, really bad. Biden would fix the economy, right?
Yeah.
And he did. Oh boy, he did. And now we're. Yeah. And we said, the EU is building this. They got this regulation coming. They're building this infrastructure, and everyone told me, no, that's dystopian. You're very dystopian in the way you look at things. And I'm like, yeah, but they're actually doing this. It's legislation. And today, Thierry Breton, the guy I spoke about, that's the head honcho of that whole digital infrastructure, self-sovereign identity thing in the EU. He said, now that we have a digital identity, we kind of need to fill it up and connect it to a CBDC, a digital euro, today. And it's like, oh, really? Haven't we spoken about that for a long fucking time? And I'll tell you what, that digital euro is not going to be on a blockchain. It will be on a DLT, but it won't have a block. So it's just what technology is being used. And it looks like it's going to be a hyperledger. But that hyperledger at some point behind the scenes has to be connected for enterprises and for retail to use. So what are you going to get? Are we going to get an interledger protocol? Are we going to get a freefold? Are we going to get L2s? Like what's happening? So I think that because of that, and because of BlackRock's position with the ETFs, we're going to see coins with ETFs that are pegged to that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an XRP ETF.
That was what I was going to mention earlier.
Tell us.
Well, about an XRP ETF. I mean, now that they've been through 3 years of litigation of exceeding $150 million, who else has that kind of capital to fight those type of attorneys? And for what other cause other than he said, she said, right?
Well, what other
company out there can do that? And then my next thing is okay, well, if that's the case, then don't they already have clarity to move forward? Our deal's already done, basically, is what I'm thinking.
Of course they were already done. Look, they were saying, politicians that I posted in our Twitter thingy, they basically said, we should vote on this whole digital identity and digital euro thing. And I'm like, bitch, please, this has been voted on since 2014 and someone else in your party just supported it. It's just fucking politics. It's just fucking fake.
Hey, you got to look
the
like
whole circus is fake.
it. I'm for the people. Hey,
yeah, it's a theater. It's a play. It's a play for the theater.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a play for the people to sell what they already did instead of just saying, we did this.
And then my next thought is to go back to what we were speaking of earlier is with CBD or with stable coins. What do you think is going to happen with the market come March when stable coins must show one-to-one backing
it seems
or
that
they go away?
It seems that March has been postponed a little bit to June as far as regulation goes. So that's when the MiCA will really become mandatory. Instead of March, April, it seems to be June. So that's the thing. That's the date I'm looking for. Coincidentally, Singapore and Japan got June as stable coins as well. So it's just, it's just fun and fine that the EU postponed it without reason from March, April to June, as if they were saying, we're going to put all clocks on the same timeline. How such a coincidence. And then I look at the states, because we don't know fuck all about what's happening in the United States with regulation. But, things are heating up with stablecoins, are they not? I mean, lawsuits are happening left and right. But if we're talking about Tether and Binance being fucked up, and that's BUSD, USDT, but also BUSD, then Circle itself. Just a sec.
Well, that was my next thought, was Circle being being owned by Goldman Sachs, or did Goldman Sachs already sell that off?
Yes.
This game's already played, brother.
Yeah, see, in the U.S., we're a little bit different. We think we're a little more free and independent, so we'll need a
Remember that video about DigiByte and PayPal? And all of a sudden, when the first news broke in the Senate in politics, where they were starting to talk about Tether and Binance, all of a sudden, that was the green light for PayPal to say, hey, we're interested in this whole stablecoin space. Yeah. Well, you know who's behind PayPal? Peter Thiel and Palantir. You know who was also connected with that whole PayPal thing? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk was right there.
What's going to happen with Doge and Twitter? What's going to happen? Is it all moving on the same pace and on the same timeline? I mean, there's a lot of shit happening right now in regards of adoption. Like, these are big fucking market making players. Like, this is not. This is people still think this is fucking small. It's like as huge as it can be. And
of course. If they don't get to it now, if they don't get to it now, I'm sorry, Steak. If they don't get to it now,
no, I just keep
more people know about
shut
this.
Me up. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, just shut me up, man. I'm good. No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually very literal.
No, it's.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think the market will look like in that day where your Tether or your BNB token or
well,
whatever,
Dave, let me tell you one thing.
Stable coin will not be allowed, basically.
Well, Dave, you were on Nasario, right? You were on Nasario, right? Yeah, anything that's not one-to-one backed is fucked, so everything's fucked. So you were on Nasario, right? And you asked me the question, what do you think happens? Well, look at the actual on-chain activity and the actual activity. We're going to go to the...
you just broke up, darn it. You're breaking up, man.
Of course. Right? The good part.
Yeah, the good part. You start breaking up.
It's like a Batman cliffhanger. Tune in tomorrow. See what the Catwoman's
doing. This is when I should have interrupted, but yeah, I get too excited about what he's implying or what I'm understanding of it. That's why I have more questions. Naturally.
Okay, go back, rewind a little bit. When did we have, Dave, if you got the charts up a little bit there, go back earlier this year. Remember when we had the whole scare event on a Friday? Remember when stable coins went under $1? They went to like 85 cents or something to the dollar. And then right after that, look what happened. And I don't remember if it was back in March or when it was. What was the event that did that?
I think remember. It was a Terra Luna.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have been after that. I don't know. Yeah, I think you might be right. It might have been the Terra Luna crash thing, when it all fell apart. And then stable coins, remember? You saw USDC dump, everything but Tether, depegged from $1. So all the other stable coins went down 15-20%, pretty quickly on that Friday night, Saturday morning. Now, what happened directly after that? And I remember because we were doing the Spaces live, and I remember somebody in the Spaces is like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And what he did is he took the haircut and was able to get his USDC out of Coinbase, or I think actually transfer it to Bitcoin, because he'd rather be in Bitcoin at that point. What if the stable coin goes to zero like Luna did? So what happened after that, though, you saw Bitcoin run up after the scare. So, I mean, that's kind of a precursor, I think, to what would happen if stable coins take a dump. You'll probably see everything else dump. But then when it kind of clears a little bit, those who are holding the coins are probably going to do pretty well. Just my thought based on what happened earlier.
I drove through a tunnel in the train I am, actually. So I'm sorry I got cut off. But the last thing I did say, and I hope you guys caught it, but otherwise I'll just repeat it shortly. I think we're going to see the inflated volume numbers from actual on-chain activity and reported activity. I think we're going to see more clarification there, because there's no bubble money anymore to play around with.
See some honesty finally, right?
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be pretty. On the one hand, it will make everything scarce, and everyone's like, yeah, finally, regulation, maturity, and that's all fine and dandy and necessary to build in the future, true. But are we going to see a crash of 99%? I honestly say, yeah. I'm bearish on that. I do think that there's too much inflated money, and if we're going to go for a little run up right now with Bitcoin and the rest, we might see some sideways action or maybe a little bit of downturn, and people might go into stable coins. But if the stable coins get out-regulated, then I think that's going to be a domino effect for all the exchanges. I think we're going to see, there's mandatory compliance for exchanges later in the year, next year, so not in June, but in October. However, if there's no liquidity, you might see a default of all those exchanges. I think we're going to see something happening in crypto that we've never seen happening before. I think we're going to see a mass default all across the board with everything that's connected to bubble money. That's just going to be, it's going to be fucked, because they're going to have to pay their shit. And a few of them are too big to fall, and they might want to get bailed out, and they might actually get bailed out. But so far, none of them are actual banks. None of them are owned. I could see a Coinbase gets bailed out by taxpayer money. That'd be something, right? But I could see that happening. And that would also be very hard for people that own Veritasium, because how can you win a court case if the party you're going against is defaulting? I mean, what's there to win? You might win the lawsuit, but there's no money there. And then after the default, they do a new startup, and they fuck you that way. So it's just not to discredit or scare people with Veri, because I still think the patent eventually will just give you a shit ton of money. But just to put things into perspective, that things might not be what they seem. I think we're playing against Wall Street, and I think you have to admit that these guys are fucking shrewd. They're the biggest financial bastards in the history of mankind, and they got a lot of shit and cards under their sleeves. And I think we're going to get played, and they want our money, and they're going to get our money unless you're in self-custody. And I think that everyone in self-custody is going to make it. Everyone not in self-custody is going to be a poor bastard. I think that's as simple as it will be, because they can't touch it, and if they can't touch it, they will try their best to do that. So will I see a crash? Yeah, I think we are going to see another 85 or 90% crash. Maybe we see a run up. I don't know. Maybe we're going to see an ETF approval, and we go to something. Let's say a cool number. Let's say we're going to go to 2 million Bitcoin in a next half year. And everyone's going to be, whoa, fucking 2 million Bitcoin. And then we're going to crash 99% or 95 or 90%. And we're going to go back to like that 10, 15,000 and 20,000, whatever. And everyone's going to be, whoa, it's over. It's over. It's over, guys.
17 and 18.
Sell it all, get out of it while you can.
Yeah, 17 and 18. I was there. I saw shit go to 17 and 18. I saw the shit go up to whatever. Some of it go to up to $1 million, and then it went down to I think 18, late 18. Bags that were at $1 million went to $56.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, after the whole space matures, and everything in the financial system gets onboarded,
after this,
you're gonna see face melting shit. Yeah, you're gonna get you might see a 10,000. You might see a 20 or 30K Bitcoin not go to 2 million, but to 20 million. You might see something really fucking weird. You might see some really fucking weird shit, and it's just it seems like a pump and dump.
Yeah, and then they've done it before. Yeah. You see what happens with Mt. Gox. You see what happens with all these exchanges in the last run. Now they want to reboot FTX, like you said. I mean, it's like, oh my God, they just keep redoing the same old thing. But meanwhile, everybody gets fleeced out of their coins because they get scared and they're like, okay, it's over. It's not going to be there anymore. So they sell them, they dump them, and then guess what? Yep. You're out of the game.
Well, and you know the beautiful thing, Clint, is that the game, the playbook hasn't changed.
It's the same thing.
Exactly. So the only thing we know is that they're going to print more fucking money, and it's going parabolic. That is accelerating. That graph of depth is parabolic.
And I think the reason why they can do that is because they know they can soak it up with this stuff as long as they get more of it. They're going to be able to just funnel it right into their system that they now control again. But guess what? You opted out of it. You had an opportunity. You had custody. And then you gave it back to them again. And they're just going to use that against you. And then you'll come back and say, well, shoot. I guess I got to get back in.
Basically, what you're saying is, listen, they've watched the game already. They know who won at the end. They're going to let you win a little. They're betting against you, thinking that the game is going on right now. You think the game is going on right now, but the game was already played. So for them to keep you in the game and take all your money, they're going to let you win, and then you're going to lose a little bit, and then win a little bit.
What's the slot machine do? What do the poker machines do? They keep you sitting at the table. They keep you playing.
They keep you sitting at the table.
I can't walk away now.
I'm about to win the big one. I'm about to get the big
one.
They
bust you. But then because
the game is
later, and then it's going to cost you more to buy in.
And if you can figure out how to outthink them, so what if you win a little bit? There's people, I see people in Las Vegas win. They got to show that's when the big lights go off.
Yeah.
And the IRS guy
wins the lottery, right? Somebody's got
the IRS guy is already walking to your seat before you even win because he knows you're going to win.
I have a quick question, Steak. Can you see the graph that I have up?
I can have a look. Sure, I'm on mobile, but I can look it up. I've got them on 18% battery, so I won't be on for a long time. But I can look at it. What are we?
Okay, so this
you're looking at Bitcoin right now, right?
2017. Yeah, just says.
You've shown this period before. Yeah.
Well, no. This is a question that I have. So this is 2017 area in here. My question is, you see where this after 2021 has come back up. Do you see that as where we came back up after the 2017 and now we're right here? Because from this point at like say 11,000 Bitcoin, it dropped down 50% to what 4,000 and some change.
I'm gonna give you a more bullish answer to that, Dave. I'm going to give you an even more bullish answer. So if we look at TA, technical analysis, I kind of would agree that the periods look alike. Okay? However, things are different. We are in a different time zone. Things in the past don't necessarily have to be things in the future. But I think this situation is vastly different because we have regulation, maturity of market, and institutional money coming in. And that's a one-time thing. And I think we're going to go, I think what we're going to see is that spike of that all-time high is going to be nothing compared to what it's going to be. Like, can you make a graph where Bitcoin is 1 million or 2 million and then look at 65K? It's
go
it's
back to the
fucking
Mount
nothing.
Gox. Go back to the Mount Gox period, Dave, to where it barely is a blip right there, but you have to expand
There
it
you
out.
go.
It looks
Yeah.
There was
Exactly.
That's it. That was
2014
it.
right there. So
$1,000
2013,
Bitcoin.
2014. In that
Yeah.
ballpark.
But
That was
where
Mount
did it
Gox
go?
right
It was at what? $19 or $30, then 120, and eventually get that run up. It's just it.
Went to like $1,000.
I even think this is not Mount Gox. I even think this is a lot more. I think we're only talking about the impact of just 1% of BlackRock is already fucking nuts. And we're not even talking about all the other players, and we know they're in the game. We know J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Fidelity are here. We know Berkshire Hathaway is sitting on a fuck ton of cash. We know. So why do we think that we only need to calculate BlackRock? And the thing is, these guys know that at a certain point, when they come out of their holes, they can only do that if there is regulation in place. So I think we're going to see stablecoin regulation in the U.S. at the same time, June next year, as we get in Japan, Singapore, and the EU. I think everyone's watch is on the same timeline. It makes sense because it's an international monetary system that everyone is using the same regulatory framework at the same time. So to me, that means that Tether and Binance, which are already being called upon, are fucked. Because in the grand picture of $200 trillion, even Binance and Tether are ants. And they're just going to get fucking crushed because no, we own you. We also own Binance. We also own Tether. It's just a big fucking monetary machine that the US and the West is, and nothing is going to stop it. Not a fucking Tether, not a fucking Binance.
When did BlackRock list Tether? Was that 2015? Yeah.
I don't know. I think they are. I think they're behind. I think they're behind Tether.
Well, no, they are. I mean, BlackRock, yeah. BlackRock is the one. Not BlackRock. Block One is the one.
That, Block One. BlackRock
with Tether. Yeah, no shit. Right. And that was another question that I had: is what happens if they just assume that liability? You know, because one company via mergers and acquisitions, if they can acquire through an acquisition something that already exists to be able to back it.
Look, maybe Tether is just going to be.
Who else would have that sort of book, a business to be able
look
to
in a most positive way? Maybe Tether is just going to get bought up and be paid by tax money, by pension fund money, and they're not going to fuck around with the crash at all. It's just going to get bought up, give it to the taxpayer, and be done with it.
Let me throw in something else because I was in on that one. You don't see it as a pump and dump like it was on EOS. EOS ran to $20 and then they dumped it. They know this game.
Well, they're not allowed to do that anymore, Javier, because in the new regulation, a stablecoin has to have a one-on-one asset backing by prime asset. They're not allowed to print derivatives, so they need to have like real assets backing it. And they're not allowed to print money. They're not the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is allowed to print. The ECB is allowed to print. Tether is not allowed to print.
Then this whole game is going to fall down, and let me explain why.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because if you don't have the derivative, you don't have. If I don't have a risk to putting my money out there because I'm going to get a reward of staking or a yield.
No, staking is
why would I risk my Bitcoin?
Javier, think. 13%. How the fuck can you have staking with a finite asset?
Well, that's what put it this way. If it goes 1-to-1.
No. I mean, don't gloss over this. Okay, there is no possibility of staking in a proof of work finite asset system. It's completely bonkers. It's impossible. It's not possible. You're not possible to stake. Staking is something that's just interest from an old system. It's a fiat mechanism on a blockchain. You cannot stake on an immutable ledger with a finite asset that you have to mine. It's impossible because it's not competitive. You can't do that. So staking is just fucked in general.
Yeah,
everyone that's staking doesn't get it.
Yeah, I see. No, and I agree with it. You could do the Bitcoin, but you can't do the stable coin. I understand what you're saying now.
No, I don't think in the future you'll be able to stake Bitcoin. I don't think that's how it's going to work. We'll call it staking, but it's just a paper Bitcoin. It's just fake. It's just bubble.
Then everything locks up. Put it this way, for me to risk.
No, but if an exchange, look, Javier, if an exchange and a stable coin has to have a one-on-one backing, where does the staking money come from?
Same place it's been coming from here. We just make it
from the
as long as there's no fiat. Yeah,
from the fucking printer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But how do we know how the
printing?
Do we know how the printing mechanism works in a digital dollar system?
No. I don't.
That gets back to what I've been saying for a while, even back when Celsius first became a thing. To your point, how do you create yield from a non-yielding asset? And that's going to be a difficult.
Brother. It's over collateralized loans. Well, that's right.
That's the way it is.
Difficult. It's going to be a very difficult lesson for people to learn the difference between an asset and a liability going into an asset-backed system.
Well, not only that, Dave. Not only that, especially for a country. Go ahead.
I'll tell you another thing. One of the things I've noticed, mobile games are changing. Mobile games are fucking changing, and they're going from being the most. This is really fucking funny. You'll like this. Mobile games are basically conditioning people into a certain behavior. And normally you have to play a game to be most cost efficient and in order to find an optimum. Now you have to be buying the most quality of stuff because otherwise you don't make it. So it's almost like they're already conditioning the masses for a different financial mindset.
Well, think about
it. It's just, it's all over the fucking board
right.
If you look at it.
It's
weird as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my daughter, my 9-year-old, she plays Roblox, okay? I need Robux to play in that digital system, in that virtual system. So you pour money into it. And then when you're playing it, you can actually, hey, I can go over here and buy some horses and stuff. And so you got this other part of the game where you can buy horses and get horse tokens or whatever it is and trade. And so they're used to this digital transfer of assets within an ecosystem. And I mean, I totally get where you're coming from because it's this virtualized money to where they suck it in. They suck in the quote real money, if you want to call Fed notes real money, but it is for all intents and purposes to buy things, but they get you into that system. You're locked into that system. You can't. I said, okay, so you create this horse. Can you sell it back and get Robux so you can do it on the? No, you can't do that. You're just getting horse tokens. You can trade horses and breed them and get different characteristics. And like, wait a minute. This sounds like a massive Ponzi scheme here.
No. Put it this way. The richest people in the world are horse traders. Yeah, horse traders train that damn horse, get you, and they will.
It's the conditioning. What I mean is
all of them are being.
What I mean is the financial system behind those games is changing, and maybe I explained it poorly, but it's changing in the way what Dave said between assets and liabilities, and it's almost as if it's creating a different mindset. And I might be too far-fetched here, but I do see a change there. It's just, to me, it's just a funny coincidence again.
I don't think there are any coincidences. I don't believe in those.
No, I don't. I believe this game has been played. There's a few of us that are trying to snooker. We're trying to snooker our way in, and they don't give a shit. We don't own together all that much coins.
No, because
to make a real difference.
It's like you said, Javier. They'll pump the price up, and you're like, and I'll be the same way. I'm like, hey, I got to pay for this. I want to buy this. I want to get this asset. And so you shave it off. They take it and they're like, hey, we got all the time in the world. We're just going to collect it all up here in our digital matrix that you're all going to play at some point because you're going to have to, just like you play with the dollars now. You're going to play in our casino and we're going to get the valuable poker chips out of your hands. And at some point, they're going to get enough of them. And I mean, some people are going to be.
And if they know it's going up, it's a finite asset. If they know it's only going up, so what if they buy it for 200,000? So what if they buy it for $1 million? They know that next year they'll do it in $2 million. 3 million,
or do they come at us with some sort of legislation where
probably all of it
not only have to disclose, but now pay, taxes, whether that be, unrealized or whatever. And, at which point do I just go dark? And it's like, look,
thank you.
You got me.
Go to the place that you
only
want.
Got this amount, and I'll see y'all at the other side of this, after we go dark for a little while. So, at which point I'm okay in doing that. I mean, I'm not 100% in crypto. I'm diversified enough, but if it comes to that, it comes to that, and I will go.
It comes to that. That's the whole reason of being hedged. That's what the whole thing is about, being hedged.
Well,
and at what point,
with them going after stable coins, right? What are they trying to do? They're trying to, and then going to CBDCs. So they're trying to stop us from using a method, a way to back ourselves in between market swings, and also to then
closing on and off ramps.
Exactly, yep. And then restricting those. To only move 2 Bitcoin a day, whatever it may be, through, into your checking account. Through.
Well, CBDCs. No, they'll let you go in with hard assets. They will take every hard asset you have. You want to deposit? Oh, come on here. You want to put it in the safety deposit box? Come on, baby. We're going to give you anything the hell you want.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in far as for them to prohibit the on and off ramps of crypto. Because you have to think, we're playing masters of the universe here. And you have to think in the way that these people do. And how do they gain control? And I think that CBDCs is their last-ditch effort to try to keep this still inside of Pandora's box. And it's just not possible. Like I said, I'll see y'all on the other side at that point.
Do we go to NFTs as a means of exchange to where we are doing that personally? And I don't mean a contract.
I mean, you'll still be able to do layer 1 from person to person. It's just, the same thing. Like, like in New York, Cuomo, tell on your neighbor if they cough,
Yeah, but how else will I be able to deal with someone in Illinois if I don't trust them and I think they're scallywags?
I kind of want to go towards what you said with the L1. So say, for example, you go dark and at some point you want to purchase something and you can still go from address to address, peer to peer on an L1. But what if the other recipient is a business and they actually have to, through law, show who bought what where? And they need your identity connected to that transaction because otherwise they can't disclose where it came from.
So they got right back in the system.
Well, and how many businesses exist with that kind of corruption? Put it this way: would you open up a business when you got your balls tied and you're going to have? They're going to rape you. They're going to absolutely rape you.
At which point I would probably go through Monero to wash the coins instead of using a mixer. I would go through Monero in that way to wash.
No, don't get me wrong. There's ways around it. Look, there's ways around it, but in all honesty, you're probably going to find the people that want to create ways around it in the same places in society where you find them right now, which is
cash businesses,
people that
trade
exactly. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's a good way.
Silver, things like that. They're like, hey, I don't.
That's probably where you'll find them.
Yeah,
but if you want to buy your groceries, at a Walmart, chances are you won't be able to.
Yeah, you have to send somebody else.
Well, let me ask you this.
and then, hey, you're buying a lot of stuff. You don't eat that much.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it as far as buying a coffee. I'm saying is moving, say, $600,000 into my checking account. You don't think that that's going to set off red flags?
Wait,
for sure. But what's
us spoiled brats that are used to a lot of credit? That shit doesn't go on anymore.
Right.
There is no Walmart. There is no Walmart.
I didn't even receive a 1099 for that. That's my point. And for doing that in the future, through
what's it? What a 1099 sounds like an IRS form. Am I correct?
Precisely. Yeah.
What is that?
It's a form you have to submit with your taxes. Yes,
but if you get paid a certain
90% of the people aren't in crypto.
Sorry. What?
And so 90% of the people aren't in crypto. Who the hell's paying taxes?
Yeah.
Well, I went ahead and did it, even though I was.
Who the hell's going to Walmart?
Even though I was not issued a tax form, I went ahead
and paid it
because I don't want them to come back on me 7 years from now after the fact.
Exactly. Let someone else take the heat. But
I agree with Clint. Most people, but Walmart will be nationalized through the Fed then, because that will be the only damn store.
And Walmart
you
was
can't
just
keep
an
giving
example,
us credit.
But it's all businesses. They're all compliant now. I mean, they all report all this stuff. They get receipts, and they all take taxes out of their employees.
Exactly.
I mean, so they're already
if there's one
government. They
already are. Right, but how do you gain control of the population who wasn't given a 1099? You take control.
Get rid of all small business.
CBDCs. No, you take control of the CBDCs. You issue those as a means of accounting for those people, and you get rid of the stable coins. That's how you take over this market.
That or flat taxes.
So, but also, let's be honest. Like the IRS, that's like the end boss of financial institutions. I mean, that's the last thing you want to fuck with in the U.S.
Yeah, we can eliminate.
They always get you.
Yeah, but we can eliminate it. Yes, we can.
Eliminate
it. We can do a flat tax where they are taking it all in.
Javier, you could.
The politicians
but Javier,
are all bought and paid for is the problem. They're not going to vote to eliminate it. See, that's
not just that. I mean, the IRS is by default the tool to go after criminals.
Well,
they always get you through the IRS.
And
put it this way, we're gonna show it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the people, if they're having trouble with their jobs, if we eliminate our credit stake here, everything goes down. There is no wall. I would say there's no Walmart. There's no anything.
Javier, why would they want to get rid of the IRS, like you say, with a flat bottom line, and then hire 87,000 new people?
Because we have bullshit money stake. We got bullshit money. When you have bullshit money,
it's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. It's what we want to happen, but it's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. They're building up the IRS. They're giving it more people. They're giving it more money. They're giving it more power. 87,000 people. You know how many fucking people that is?
How many? 87,000
employees.
How many phone calls a day is that?
87,000 people.
A lot of people walking around.
That's a fuck ton of people,
wanting their envelope. Give me the weekly envelope.
Right.
One housekeeping message. I got 5% of battery. So if I drop off, I might be on later, but
Okay.
Just so
we want you on. Yeah. No, you're great. Great advice. I probably got it off.
I probably got 10 to 50 minutes before I'm home. So just so you know.
My only thing is, if the IRS keeps that pace going, basically, you eventually get to the point where right now, I know people, both couples are working. They could afford rent. They could afford where they live, but they have to choose between electric and food right now. And that's going on quite a bit right now.
Oh, you know, one other thing that's happening in the U.S. is that they say that the unemployment numbers aren't going up, but what they aren't looking at is that more people are working 2 or 3 jobs.
Multiple jobs, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So they say the amount of jobs go up.
And part-time jobs.
But it's one guy taking another job. So
exactly. So it's not an unemployed person going out of welfare. It's just an employed guy that has to struggle to make ends meet by getting another job. So the whole number of unemployment staying the same is inflated. Unemployment is going up.
Yeah.
It's already going up.
I think that's some of the frustration you hear in this room, because we as the United States seem to pick winners and losers in different countries, and we support different people, and we're pissed off about it because we don't have a say in this. We don't have a say in our vote.
That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Javier, Don't get me wrong, but you're the last country in the world to be pissed off about it.
We should
we're
be.
printing 1.6 trillion between now and March.
Yeah, we're going to print some more.
Yeah, look at how much debt is coming in, man. That's just nuts.
It's unreal.
We're on your side.
It's fucking nuts. It's the second largest cost under, like, I think military industrial spending.
Yeah.
The second is paying back the debt. What?
It's a joke.
Like what?
It's a joke.
Paying off the debt.
But that's accelerating because in this cycle we already see that the playbook is the same, so they're going to print more. It's now 34. So it's 1 T a month. So from now, we're in November, right? Till June 25. What's that? 17, 18, 19 months? 17, 18, 19 T.
Just round it up to 50 trillion. 50 trillion.
No, more. More. Round it up to 55.
Nothing to see here.
Round it up to 55.
Let's just go. Let's throw it at 100.
Crisis.
Single file.
Put it this way: when does the rest of the world go to us?
Well, they're
when does the rest of the world do that to us?
That's why you got the BRICS.
I understand that it's happening, and why would you hold a bond knowing we're going to do that? Why wouldn't you go in and go, I'm going to cash in this bullshit bond now and go buy Bitcoin while it's cheap, or Digibyte or fucking Pepe coin right now? You got a better chance probably.
Well, most people don't have the mindset that we have, I guess. They're not a keen, they're not keen to it yet. I mean, because it's still kind of working for them. Again, like Steak says, they got all their pensions, 40 trillion pensions locked up in the system. 40 trillion. So
how many heart attacks, man?
They have to.
How many heart attacks do you see happening when people find out that their pensions aren't there? Yeah. I mean,
it is.
Put it this way: I don't have shit in the system. I'm shitting. I mean, dude, I'm having a goddamn fit about it. Simply because I know my father still that's the argument.
Well, yeah,
no, son, I've got a pension. I've got a pension.
Smart people with money that can't see beyond the system. I mean, and that's what's going to keep it going, and that's why it's going to work, because
by design
they're going to roll it over into something else. It's completely controlled and by design, absolutely. And they're going to be people who think outside the box. Not most people don't.
You know what they're going to do? We got this CBDC. We're gonna give you. You didn't lose your money. Wait, you lost your money, but we're going to give you. We're going to give you a new money.
Yeah.
That we can control you. It's either that or nothing. What are you going to do?
What happened Friday, Javier? Remember last Friday? ACH transactions didn't go through. Banks having issues. Oh my gosh, Australia.
Coincidence.
With things going down, not working. See, this is just like the prelude to what they want to do. They're showing you that, oh, it's broken. Oh, look, it's not working. Oh, it's unsustainable. We need to do something new. And then when enough pain comes and enough people clamor for it, when they create the problem and everybody reacts, they got the solution ready to go. Same old game plan. And they're going to roll everybody into that system. Here's your CBDCs. Here's your nice fluid money. Oh, it all works. Pensions are fine and solvent. Look, you can move it around in the system. But try and take it out and try and be free and sovereign and independent. Good luck. Because you're not.
Let me give you the rest of the story for people that don't want me to give the information or break the news on the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, after the vote, that's what you get after the movie. After the vote, it doesn't matter who wins. I don't care who wins.
Grab the back of the chair in the theater.
Yeah. Grab your ankles. Grab your ankles. Yeah. No lubrication. You're going to get it. You know why? Because that's the way they do it. What Steak was saying is like going, well, what are they? Well, they did it to us on gold. Well, we're going to buy your gold at $20. Oops. We've just raised the price of gold to $35. Oops. Dude, the game is there. Look at your history and you will find out what the hell's going on. It's an easy game. It's just most people, I'm going to be from a stupid person to stupider people, even though I know that's not a word.
I know what you're saying.
The whole point is you're not getting it. And I've talked to people till I'm blue in the face for years, Clint, my own family, and they go, ha, ha, I didn't see that on CNN. I didn't see it on Fox News. Who the hell are you, Javier? And you know what? Who the hell am I? So far, I am the guy that's wrong until I'm not.
And that's the long game that we play because, hey, we know that gold and silver are sound assets. And what do?
Well,
they want to beat it out of you. They want to say, oh, my God, I've held this forever. Fine, I'm going to do something else with it. Oh, I'm going to go buy a house. That's going up. Or I'm going to go buy this because it's going up. And then they pull the rug on that because that's artificial. The gold and silver isn't. The crypto isn't. And so they're going to do the same thing with that. They're going to try and get that out of your hands, and then when they have it, then they're gonna, hey, we own the rules, we play, it's us. We've got it all lined up.
I could tell you at least 3 people I know right now personally. I know personally 3 people that maybe aren't the wealthiest, but we've done okay.
Right.
And it's because we've been fighting this system, Clint, ever since I've listened to you, Lisa, Dave, dude. It's not like we don't see where the hell this train tracks go. Dude, it's running into a wall over. How far is that wall? We don't know, but we already know the end of the story.
Yeah,
it derails and you fall into the lake.
Like you're watching the train tracks and, oh my gosh, there's a hill. That's the edge. And then you get over the hill. Ah, shoot, the tracks are still going. There's another hill. One of these times that hill's going to be a cliff, and that's it. Right over the edge.
I don't know how to express myself. Yeah, I don't know how to express myself. I hear you, but I already know it's not my fault, Clint, because you express this extremely well in your shows. How many people get it? How many people waiting for Moon? How many people waiting for that new 4-wheel drive truck sitting there? Yeah, the big old V8. V8.
It'll be $120,000.
They don't want the little one.
$150,000 at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you driving the price of his assets up.
Yeah, you're an idiot to be buying a digibug that gives you 45, 50 miles to the gallon. You're an idiot.
I know.
Big dually. We need a big dually with big tires.
Yeah, that's
raised really high.
With that you just drive yourself around in and yeah, drive it back and forth to work.
Yeah. Hey, people are probably going, Javier, you drive that big silly ass fucking van. I do.
Well, it serves a purpose. It's a use. But you see what that does for you.
It's a hell of a doghouse.
Sleep in your bed and have a good time. It's like, hey,
fucking smells like skunk right. Smells like a skunk right now, but it's a hell of a doghouse.
Yeah, it's a nice doghouse.
You get thrown out of the house, you're like, shit. Okay.
Oh, well.
You know what? Let me go find me a little fucking place to fucking lay my head down, and then I'll go to another Walmart. Dude, I don't care. I'm not proud. I'll fucking mention what the hell is going on. It's just what I want people to do is see reality. And let me bring Dave into it. Dave's on the show last night, Underground, and I know he was chomping at the bit to mention stuff because they've got. I think there were some people from Africa, maybe Nigeria. I don't know. I get all those places confused. I'm not the smart guy in the room. But to where the OG wasn't saying anything wrong, but he was on his own narrative and on his own journey. You can't apply your journey to my journey, and we're very close, Clint, on where we came in financially. Where our spiritual plans are, where we're headed, but we're still not the same. And I hope I had a great conversation with Dave. I hope he elaborates on that shit. And should he have said something, he could have, but there would not have been change. If you want to talk about it, Dave, go for it. If not, I understand it. It was a conversation that we had brought up.
I wasn't really going to discuss much of that, but a lot of these other people in foreign countries, what I would have said there would have meant no difference to them in their daily life, or it would have just been, kind of like what they viewed this other person as more of their, they're a person to speak to them, you know. And it's like I'm at a total different journey than
we're in a different place
than what I heard, but you know, still on a similar journey. I give you that, but you know, from what I heard, again, you know, yeah, someone else made it in crypto. They did well. Again, they didn't take profit. Again, they didn't have a plan for this cycle. Again, they didn't have a plan for last cycle. And it's just buy the dips, and it's the same thing over and over again every single cycle. And I'm like,
what's your plan?
But tell me why. Tell me why. And that's really what it is. So I was just like, you know, I didn't want to speak there because it was.
I can tell you, it's a hostile environment sometimes.
Well, no, I mean, I was even in several XRP spaces and speaking there to many of them. Same thing in a Bitcoin maxi space. I was over there speaking too. And here I am, you know, even defending Digibyte and Litecoin to these people. It's like y'all don't get it. You know, it's just different things are going to do. Different blockchains are going to do different things. So, you know, which is why I don't have all my bags. My portfolio does not consist of one asset. You know,
hey, I like tequila. I like whiskey. I like scotch, bourbon. I like vodka, gin. I love
beer.
It all. Beer. It doesn't matter.
And
I love it
not
all.
only that, to realize other assets, including like food. So beans, bullets, Band-Aids, bullion, and Bitcoin.
Exactly.
You know, that's it. That's all
and
the
no
assets
Bud Light
out there that I'm interested.
No Bud Light. Bud Light free.
Yeah, I agree. What you've
Make
just
your
said.
choice.
Here's where it's important that everybody realize the journey that we're on, and everybody's on a different journey. Understanding that, how do you express it in a 2-hour show when these people just got in? How does Dave come up and share his knowledge?
And that was a person of expertise who got in 2021. You know, congratulations. I'm happy for you. But what lessons did you learn?
Thank you very much.
Right. What lessons did you learn during this last bear market cycle? That's
I'll be right back.
My question.
I can hear y'all, but I'll be right back.
Well, and the big thing, Dave, is like you said, you know, what is your plan? I mean, you can buy every dip and buy it at the low, and then what are you going to do with it? I mean, you're just going to hold it forever? I mean, you know, what are you trying to change in your life? Because ultimately you're in it for a reason. What are you trying to change to make your life better, to, you know, do something different? What is it? Can you define that now? Because if you don't define it now, you're not going to take action. You're going to be paralyzed. You know, it's in the next 2 years. You're not going to take any action, and you're going to be having the same conversation 4 years from now.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
very well said, Clint.
Yeah, and can you survive another 4 years without profit?
And psychologically, because it takes a big toll on people. You see them melting down. I mean, you know, it's you better know what you want to do and who you are, what your goals are.
Yeah, look how much gain. Look how much weight Clint has gained.
I'm telling you,
on this 4 years.
Those chocolate-covered almonds and the Halloween leftover candy. I mean, you know, put the candy.
I know you, brother. I feel you. Jeez. I said I'd throw you under the bus, so I don't look so bad being thrown under the bus.
That's all right. I throw myself under the digibug. Thing is, I can survive that. The bus is, I don't know. That's another story. We'll see.
Yeah, you can probably bench press that.
Might be able to push my way out.
Yeah, no.
Caught on my belly, it'll be rocking, you know.
But,
I hear Dave.
I figured out my plan, and I've shared my plan several times to several people. You know, figure out your own plan. I mean,
know what you want to do.
Your miles may vary. You know,
I
know what I'm doing. So.
Do you know what happens with that, Dave? 2 people follow us. If you're not talking about Lambo time, they're not interested in anything but one Lambo. And though you're how long have I been saying? I don't think there's ever a time I'm on a space where I don't give you or Clint or somebody kudos, because I know y'all can express that very, very clearly. The biggest problem is what you're saying, nobody wants to hear. Yeah. Get to the part where what is it? Get to the part where when is Digibyte going to explode?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
and
what about XRP?
That's the issue I took with this kid in a Spaces one time, talking about how he did so well in Pepe coin, and I'm just like, this kid tells me, well, I can't buy the car of my dreams. I can't go buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, but I could settle for a Corvette, and I'm thinking, okay, 130 grand. And then the kid said he could get rid of his credit card debt and have enough money for a down payment on a decent house. Not the house of his dreams, but, it's his first house. The guy ain't but like 20 years old, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Sell and run, sell it now. Now it's down, 6 times from where it was?
Right on.
I would love to talk to him now. I know where he's at.
Exactly. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Sell and run for the hill. Oh, no, it's going to the moon, man. I'm like,
yeah.
You don't.
It's going to number 2 in market cap. It's going up. Okay.
Yeah. What luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. And if you don't have a plan together on what it is that you want to do, I mean, where you know exactly how much it's going to cost, and you know exactly how much you need to take out of crypto, to take profit, but also to calculate in your taxes, right? Unless you intend to have your checking account seized, right?
Right.
That happened, and even from the wrong damn account, if that ain't some stuff.
Yeah, and if your outcome is like you told that story, Dave, about the guy at Best Buy that goes, well, "What's your time frame?" And the guy goes, 3 months. Then you're a gambler. Go to casino.
Kid wanted to know what crypto, and I said, "Well, what's your time frame?" He said 3 months. I said, "You're a gambler."
He said, "Do you know a good friend of mine named with initials PP?" You gotta ask him. He probably give you a better fucking answer than I can. I don't want to mention names because I don't like throwing people under the bus or anything.
Well,
hey, this is my second, so
yeah, I just made a second myself, but
look out!
No, I'm just what. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and the hard reality is that it only takes one crypto to go nuts.
You're right.
So by having 5 different crypto instead of just one crypto, you increase your chances that many exponents, right? So, I mean, if or when crypto does go up, I view it as more of like a different horse race where different horses take off and go faster. And it's the same thing, similar in different crypto. Some will do well, some will do exceptional, some are just out the freaking blue, like Theta and Cardano last cycle.
Yep.
And again, I had to hear it from so many people. Well, what about Digibyte? Digibyte doesn't move.
Yeah.
I got a 51x last cycle in Digibyte and a 280x in 2017. So I don't know. You tell me what moves.
And that's it. It's I look at it as, hey, there's all these rockets fueled up. You don't know when they're going to take off, and you don't know how long they're going to go, but they're going to go somewhere. You might go to the moon, you might go to Mars, you might go out of the freaking galaxy. I mean, it's just pick your rocket. But the thing is, it's nice to be able to have a few and prepare. Because like you said, you don't know which one's going to take off, and
Not only that, back then, like on the XRP spaces, I was explaining to them, that I took profit in 2017 as soon as Bitcoin touched $1,200. You have to remember, I was buying Bitcoin between $200, $250, and $500 all the way since 2014, and I sold off 26 Bitcoin to pay off $20,000 worth of credit card debt. So
you idiot!
All that crap, right? And it's like but back then, who knew? Who knew it was going to do this, right?
You didn't.
I had no idea it was going to go to $20,000 or $19,000 and some change. I sold off, 26 Bitcoin for a bunch of crap I bought on credit cards.
You sold it at what price? What price?
$1,200.
And what price did you buy it at?
Between 200 and 500. So
there you go.
Okay, right there.
I won, and that's
you
what
won.
I tried to explain.
Opportunity.
I won.
You're with
paid
winners.
off my credit card debt, and
right. You eliminated that burden off your back and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's gone.
You're with winners. Is he an idiot? Yeah, but he's with winners. He won. Depends on who.
He still got the stake in the room.
He got the stake, the room. He did it with money that wasn't. He did it with casino money. He did it with.
You have to understand. Back then, we didn't know if we were going to jail tomorrow. I mean, that's the life crypto was back then. Yeah. It wasn't like today.
Or you could have got it taken away immediately. We didn't even know how. We didn't even know. We knew there were hacks. Well, y'all probably knew a lot more about it, but still, it was a dangerous situation. You made any mistake, and you lost your shit. There was no wrong address. It's gone. And Clint does this well. And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Exactly. It was gone.
Like sending Bitcoin to a Bitcoin Cash address and not even, and they didn't even have a sweep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before even Bitcoin Cash even existed. No,
Imagine
that's
that. There was a day when it didn't exist. We remember this day.
Exactly.
We didn't know at the time.
You made a mistake.
Is Bitcoin going to go to zero, and is Bitcoin Cash going to be the new Bitcoin? I mean, these are the kind of things. It's like, man, I don't know what's going to happen here. Who knows?
And I'm going to tell you this, newbies. If you think it's hard right now, this is nothing. You've got a lot of safety mechanisms going wrong address. There was no such thing as a wrong address.
It was like that in.
You had to double check it and then triple check it, and it was a disaster for some of the people that were very new that didn't know computers. And I'm probably facing one of them got a burnt hand and a smelly fucking dog.
Hey,
it was extreme. It happened.
Think about it.
It was extremely scary.
And the transaction fee's $50.
Exactly. you
only send $1. Wait a minute, I'm going to pay $50 to send $1.
No.
Where's Litecoin?
You had $51. You put it in.
Either that, or this person on YouTube said this, and that person said that, and then so now I'm gonna sell all of this, and now I'm gonna buy this, and then only to watch what I held like triple or quadruple, and then what I moved into went sideways, and I'm just like. I understand a lot of people mean well. Hindsight is 2020. To go back on the chart and look and say, "Oh, well, if you'd have sold here and bought here,
dude.
But did you execute? Did you do that?" And no, you did not. And
Tuesday night quarterback me on that shit because it's look back, David. Blinddave, you an idiot. You sold 26. You know where you would be right now with 26 Bitcoin. You're an idiot.
That's like this right
Should have bought a
pizza. That's why I wanted to do this giveaway with $100 worth of Digibyte. During this market cycle low, it's roughly 15,000 Digibytes. So that's what I did it as. And right now it's up, 23%?
I don't put it this way.
And we're still at the beginning of the market cycle.
Right.
So,
I can tell you this.
I have no clue. But I did this to illustrate where this is going to go by the time I reach 1,000 subscribers.
I could tell you this, Dave, that it started, and you go, because here $1 means nothing. When we started this show, it was at 122 something. Right now, it's at one. We've gained $1 plus on that. I'm sorry, but that seems to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours wages in some third world country. We don't appreciate it here because we can't buy bubble gum with that $1. But not in some other part of the world, you can. Put it this way: it's 3 hours of work, 6 hours of energy.
Or just look at the 2021 cycle. Look what I did there by taking profit. Okay, number one, I wrote history for the disabled by being able to take profit of capital gains through the use of a trust. Then I wrote history again because I did it by use of crypto.
Yep.
I wrote history and no one heard a damn thing. From what I did do, though, is on this last cycle, I took out my original capital investment over the years. I figured out how much a month I put into crypto, totaled that up, and I withdrew that into metals during the bull run this last cycle. So I've still got all of what I put into crypto, and then on top of it, I've taken all of it. I've taken out quite a bit.
You were an idiot again, Dave?
Life. Right. Well, I mean, I just dropped.
You went into metals? Metals haven't moved.
I just dropped several hundreds of thousands of dollars into this property. And one, I gained a 50% tax write-off on the next 4-year cycle where I intend to take profit in 2025 and then buy back in 2027. There's no hidden secret. I've said out loud many times what I intend to do. But for those people that think that I'm crazy or buying this and putting this kind of money into the property, it's like, well, is free too much? Because that's what it really costs. I mean, $20,000 in doors, $4,000 in hardware. I mean, that's $24,000 in doors, but I like doors. I like nice doors. And, it's something I wanted. So I did just that. And, $24,000, you may think I'm nuts on doors, but it's something I like, and I got it for free.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do it without having been involved in crypto. So
exactly.
You can't blame anybody for doing something that they couldn't have done before. I mean, they used a tool that leveraged them up, and it's like, hey.
Well, you know what? Let me put on my pom-pom cheerleading outfit right now again, and tell me if I'm wrong, Clint. I think the value, and I've told this to Blinddave, the thing that I've gotten so much from him is not his great trades, it's not his research, is the man either works without emotion or shows no emotion. And so what it's telling me is that the emotion isn't involved with his decision making. He's got a plan. And if you don't have that plan, I'm going to say, I see emotion in you. Doesn't mean it's bad, good, or otherwise. I definitely show a little bit of emotion. Steak shows a little bit of emotion. But you know what? He comes up and I remember we were discussing something and it was about Bitcoin. And then Dave throws out, no, what about if you're seeing it wrong and it's XRP? And it wasn't to be controversial. It was just he saw it in a completely without emotion. And that's what, because you know what? We were liking what Steak was saying. What was it? $150, $200, $300,000 Bitcoin. Woo! I'm there. I'm there. So we don't want, even us, understanding it's not a bad thing. We all have it. Being able to separate it, follow people with less emotion. You show me a you show me a fucking pumper. Dude, he's a pumper. I don't give a shit. It's not that he's not a smart guy. Well, I don't disagree with what he's saying.
For me, it's not rah, go team. This to me is computer science. This is about the advancement of computer science in blockchain technology through distributed ledger technology. It's like, I don't understand. Everyone thinks that their team is more correct. So at what point does that then become theology?
Yeah, right. It's a cult. It's a religion. It's something that, okay, that's fine. But
I've talked to Dave, and he goes, there's time he realizes he's picked winners, but he's also realized he's picked losers. Most people are like, I've only got winners. No. This is an odds game. If this, and Steak has been very clear on putting this, if this, maybe that. If this goes this way, maybe this. If this goes that way, it's this. And so he is protected in every
What are the possible moves on the chessboard, and how can I protect myself?
Thank you. And that's the way I see it, and that's the value of someone that can control their emotions.
Hey, Dave, you don't play with just kings on the chessboard, do you?
What's that?
You don't play with just kings on the chessboard, do you, or just pawns?
No, just queens. What?
Well, if you have just queens,
just
that's
queens
a whole
and one
other
king.
Discussion, man. That's a whole other discussion. The queen gets the right to move anywhere on the fucking table, but the king's got to move one spot at a time. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's repression, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling oppressed.
Yeah.
Hey, glad to see you back, Steak. Are you with us?
Wow. Am I with you?
Yeah, I just want to see. Got to have someone else to pick on.
I thought we were talking about gay sex for a minute.
Yeah, I left it alone, man. I didn't even go there.
Yeah, and he asked me, "Are you with me?"
I'm seeing a bunch of male mermaids on the beach or something flopping around. I don't know what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's when
I don't know what the hell it
fins stay in between.
I'm on my second one, so dude, I got an excuse for everything.
You're on your second mermaid?
There is no excuse for that, though. I'm sorry.
Well,
so what
man's got to know his limitations. Somebody says that. I don't know.
I'm flattered, but no, thank you.
Right.
No, we were just talking about emotions and Steak. You know what? You got a way to bring out a lot of facts, a lot of theories, and a lot of backing behind your theories. And that's why we have to separate our emotions and that's why we don't go and sell our whole bag and go, Steak said, pussy coin. Everybody fucking drop your whole bag. We go into, why? Because that's an emotional buyer right there. And understanding that hedging your bets, hedging over gold, silver, shit that's outside of crypto. Okay, goals, maybe properties. You know what? Maybe investing time in your relationship. I think Steak clearly put that out. Wow, you really brought a new attention to something that you go, you know what? Maybe this smelly dog does deserve a bone, even though he smells so bad.
I don't even know where we're going at this point, Javier. What are we talking about?
Somebody's told me to shut the hell up.
What do you mean the smelly dog? What?
Oh shit!
It's a whole long background story.
I went to Illinois. I'm not going to mention any names, and I've got this to show for it, and I got a smelly ass dog that got squirted with a skunk, and look at the son of a bitch. Tell me he's worried about crypto. Well, I don't even know if I can get that. Tell me that son of a bitch is worried about anything.
He's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. How would flat Earth change my trading strategy? First, I would have to revisit trigonometry. That would be the first thing. So I completely disprove flat Earth with trigonometry.
Did I miss that? Did I miss the whole flat Earth thing? What?
No,
that was a comment. A friend.
I'm going to tell you this.
Comment.
You're.
I'm a believer in round Earth, but I have seen a lot of shit. Since I don't know trigonometry, I've seen a lot of shit that. Can I see it their way? Yeah. You know what?
When you're in that rocket ship going to the moon, you're going to find out one way or the other.
Yeah, it probably is. But you know what? I'll tell you this. There's enough stuff out there that gives a lot of meat and potatoes, especially when they're talking about, well, I'm taking a trip from here to Greece. Why do you stop over here? I don't know.
Just a second. My question was, what did I miss? I'm kind of lost.
Well, mermaids.
We've been all over the place, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah. Javier's been on this tequila run. Read the things and it says, look, shut up, Javier. You're too drunk already. We're throwing people under the bus.
I've got a study day tomorrow. I got to get up in like 5 or 6 hours. You're talking about tequila. I'm going to pour myself a whiskey.
There you go. Get you some.
It makes you think better.
What's your favorite cut of steak? Steak?
Ribeye.
Ribeye. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Skillet or on an open flame.
Perfect.
I agree.
Pepper and salt. Maybe a little bit of butter, garlic, a herb if I feel fancy, and maybe you squeeze a lemon if it's really fucking fatty, but preferably just pepper and salt.
There you go.
Bone in or bone out?
What?
Bone in or bone out steak?
Ribeye is kind of boneless, unless you're talking about a T-bone.
Yeah.
But
No,
with bone,
no.
it's more flavor. But
Yeah.
a ribeye is like it's not as soft. It's not the best cut, but it has a little bit of texture because it's not just a buttery piece of shit in your mouth. It has some texture. But if you cut it against the grain, it's really, really, really soft. But you're actually, you have that texture and structure of actually having meat in your mouth. But the flavor, because it's so marbled, is phenomenal. And if you put it on high heat, you kind of burn out the fat, and you actually put a good sear on the outside, which I like. So
Steak's actually talking about these non-GMO cows. I like the GMO cows with a lot of fat, and that cap on that ribeye on the bone. Give me corn-fed.
Look, I'm just a very simple guy. Just give me a fucking fillet, a flame. Give me a good piece of meat. Give me some scotch and a place to sit. And I'll eat fucking ribeyes the entire evening. Don't give me all the side dishes. I don't need bread. I don't need sauces. I don't need your mac and cheese. I don't give a fuck about your vegetables.
Damn coleslaw.
Do sauce to yourself. I don't give a fuck. Just give me a glass of scotch. Give me a ribeye. I'm happy. It's just I'm done.
Pretty simple.
Hey, Steak, I just want to let you know you're hurting Clint's feelings.
No, I think Clint could get used to an evening of eating ribeyes and drinking scotch. I think he'll.
I'll tell you this.
I've been.
I could change. I bet I could change Clint before he could change me about not eating red meat. That's one thing for sure.
I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. Everybody's got their own path, man.
I just want to throw somebody under the bus after drinking Hornitos.
The horny toes. There's still a bottle back
and
there,
you were right under me.
They do make your toes curl, don't they? They do turn you into horny toes.
Horny toes.
Yes. Well, I think Clint started enjoying. And
sometimes you want to have those nights where you eat without bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just no bullshit food. It's just heat in the pan, meat in the pan. 2 minutes later, it's done. You got your scotch in your hand. You just walk over with your plate. You're like, here you go, buddy. Boom, done. It's like, okay, next one. Okay. And it's like,
sometimes you don't even get to that. I've had those day steak where you just walk up. You don't even go to the table. You eat right out of the pan. Right there. You cut it right there on the pan.
Right.
And just start eating.
Did I tell you about a new scotch I found? Did I tell you about it or not?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. So I went into the store about, this guy that sells scotch, and he's been doing it apparently for a few decades. So we went to a few breweries in Scotland, Ireland, what have you not. And apparently the nose is how they call the guy that creates the flavors for Chivas Regal. The nose for Chivas Regal started his own brand, and it won first prize. And I'm drinking it now straight from the cask. It's a little bit strong. It's 56.8%, but fuck it. Yeah. And it's a fucking 10-year-old. It's not even a 15 or an 18-year-old. This is the 10-year-old. And normally I would be like, well, 10-year-old, I don't know. But it's phenomenal. It's like it's blowing me away. And
what's the name of it?
It's called the Glenallachie, GLENALLACHIE. Glenallachie, and it's a Speyside single malt.
Okay.
You want to drink it?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Hey, somebody inform us uneducated people. Malt scotch and regular scotch. I don't know the difference. I did at one time, but I don't know.
A single malt, like a blend. You have a blend where you put multiple whiskeys into a cask to get a flavor. And there's also like a single distillery where you get like one whiskey in a cask. And the blended shit is what I think is shit. And I like a single malt. Yeah. And this one is just, I think it's special. I think it's really, really fucking good.
Nice.
So,
I'm going to see if I can find some of that around here.
Yeah,
You know
I'll send
what?
you the name over Twitter, okay?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Because
And
I
it's
love the
just,
different flavors and just the.
oh man, this one goes really well with sweet tones. It's got like that soft aftertaste, but it burns as a motherfucker. But then it goes into this really
Yeah.
nice, soft, warm after flavor where you're like, yeah, that's actually good.
Now, see, this
Burns
just
in a
gets
nice
me
way.
like, I just want to
It burns me
what?
in a nice
grab a
way.
bottle.
It's like a flavorful burn. It's like, yeah, I want to drink another one. It's like,
Let me
oh,
share.
yeah, I want another one.
Yeah, those cast strength ones, they can definitely get you some.
Let me
Yeah.
share
burn
my
to it.
experience with that. My experience is I understand where y'all are coming from. When I get low on cologne, I mix them all together, make my own blend. It sometimes burns.
That's Johnny Walker.
Oh, is that the wet dog?
that's Johnny Walker.
That's the wet dog.
Oh,
Have you had
blended
wet
together.
dog blended flavor?
I blend up my colognes. I got my own signature cologne. What the fuck? So I understand what y'all are saying.
He figures, one of those mermaids is gonna like one of those scents. I'm just opening it up to everybody.
Something about the
Muscat Old
hormones
Spice.
and mormones or whatever the. God damn! How could four educated? Well, how could
Javier
three
puts a
educated
big net
people
out there.
come up
Just throw that
and then
big
all of a
net.
sudden it comes to this to end the show? No, y'all talk about whatever you want because I can ruin
Well,
anything.
I have a few questions, right?
Yeah,
So,
all right.
like a few different things for this market cycle.
Sure. I'm gonna.
At what
When
point?
moon?
Well, it kind of does get into Wind Moon. So, Wind Moon, what is it that's going to really tell you that you made it, right? I mean, like for me,
What?
for
What do you
me,
mean
a
made
few
it?
different things, like where you did well in crypto, you have no worries rest of your life.
Like in a
retire.
timeline or like a price point?
No, neither really. I'm saying, what is it that is going to make the big difference to you in your life that crypto is going to give to you? Is it going to be like for me, walking outside every morning, with my cup of coffee and just put my head back into the sun and just enjoy, not, eyes closed, but just enjoying the warmth of the sun?
I can tell you mine. I can show you
Oh,
mine.
tell us.
Well, for me, I want to do this full time. I wanna go into finance and investing, and I want to quit my day job, and I want to spend the time that I have extra very focused on where I want to grow. So it gives me freedom of time. And I think it's possible with the next cycle that I achieve it. And I want to pinch myself because I don't know if, it for me, it's like a really big dream to be financial independent and stop working and actually spend the time with my kid when I want, travel where I want, read the books that I want, grow in the direction that I want to grow in. Dave, you also told me, like, you asked the question, what does it give you? Well, regardless of whether we're right or wrong for this cycle, and I think we're pretty near the mark, if not on the mark so far. And even if we're not on the mark, we're really close. So let me just picture you this, all three of you, because I've been thinking about this. Regardless of what will happen in this run in June 2025, we're either right or we're a little right. And say that we're a little right. Say we're off the mark. Say that we're a little off the mark. Some other coins did better that we didn't see. Some other tokens were the big champions that we kind of glossed over. That's possible. However, if that is the case, we just look at those tokens, we do our due diligence, and we say, well, if these are the winners, then this will be the infrastructure for 27 and 29. So that narrative doesn't change. So what does crypto give me? if regardless of how this cycle goes, it gives me the full insight of 2027, 2029. And that will happen. Like, for example, say it's Cardano. Say Cardano is going to be the big mover. Could be. I don't know. I don't think so, but could be. And if it is, if Cardano is the big one, or XLM is the big one, say for example they are, then we do our due diligence there. We just say, guys, we were wrong. Should have put a little bit more money in our portfolio on that one, but we didn't know. But hey, look, these are the CEOs. This is what they're building. This is the infrastructure. These are the companies that they're invested in. So these are the stocks I'm going to buy. Boom, done. And so what is crypto going to give me apart from freedom? Hopefully insight for the next cycle. And hopefully we can do this. Hopefully we can do this live stream for a long time.
Yeah,
I get that, but I'm looking more for an answer. Like, at which point does it like sink in? Is it the
I'll give you
sand
mine.
between the toes?
I don't know. It's sinking in gradually. It's like a difficulty adjustment every day. It's like,
well, let me help you, Steak. I know mine. I know it's going to be the moment that I just feel very comfortable. I called Dave up and I go, dude, we're heading over to the Netherlands because Steakos is a fucking steak in a beer. Pick up fucking Clint, even though he's going to be the freeloader, and say, you're going to buy him a fucking salad
I want the
and
bottle
get
of
a beer.
scotch. I'm here
That's,
for my
dude, I
bottle
got
of
simple
scotch.
expectations.
Javier,
Simple
we're
expectations.
talking
That's
about-
that
if
moment.
if
That's
we're
the
talking
moment.
about 100 or 1,000x,
Yeah, dude, I don't need that.
You're not going to get just one ribeye.
Yeah, that's good. Good. 'Cause I want to be able to just give me a bunch of them and go, let me take it. No, I didn't like that. Throw that one away. Get me
I mean,
make you have a big. But he asked me at what point, when it doesn't really matter, and I'm going, you know what? Hey, Dave, doesn't that son of a bitch fucking steak owe us a goddamn fucking steak and a beer? And he goes,
I don't
remember he
fucking
said
owe you
that. Okay,
anything.
hey,
I
yeah,
don't
we're
fucking
going.
owe you anything.
Right, but what I'm saying is that
It's okay if you throw us out of there. We'll fucking talk about you in the next show.
So in this cycle, though, what I'm getting at is it going to be more of, doesn't matter. It could be, just the first time, whatever, that just something does happen. Like say it's a cool topless chick that you met, right? And she's cooking you a steak. So the moment you get a steak made by a topless chick, you made it at that point, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
I got you.
Yeah, he made it tomorrow, Steak.
I'm going to do that.
When Clint stops running away from the show to go buy more fucking
when I don't
corn.
care.
No. Look, and when I've made it, look, Dave, in all honesty, like I just shared you my, dream fantasy for the next bull run. But I like the knowledge of like knowing a little bit better of how the world operates. And I'm 38, and I think I've got a fair grip on how it's running. And I hope I can keep that up for the next couple of years to come. And it will probably give me more insight and more clarity and more peace of mind. And if that can get combined with financial freedom, dude, I'm going to be smiling every single fucking day for the rest of my life. Like, I'm just going to be, I don't give a fuck what's happening. Like we know. Like, it's just funny when I talk to people, regular people that talk to me and they say, hey, have you heard about this AI thing? And it's like, well, yeah, I kind of did. Or sometimes I just play dumb and I'm like, no, what is it? It's like, what is it? What is this whole digital infrastructure thing? I don't know anything about it. Like, what have you heard? What have they told you? And then you just send them home at the end of the conversation with just a question. It's like, so when do you think you're going to lose your job?
Yeah.
When do you think you're going to lose your pension? Oh, I haven't looked at it that way. Oh, really?
Here's one by Charlie G. When do you know you made it? When I'm found attractive.
Yeah. When all the ladies
That's a
love me.
phenomenal answer. I love that, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yep. When the women all love me, then I know.
Somebody put
I
down
love
something
that.
I read.
That's amazing.
And, hey, well, we know we made it when we go over to the Netherlands and have that non-GMO meat, that hard, tough ribeye that they're eating, because it doesn't have enough fat like we have it over here from that corn that comes from Illinois.
If you want, look, Javier, if you want the best beef, you go to Japan and you get a Wagyu.
Yeah.
And
this is a Wagyu? What am I doing here?
Well, I'm going to argue that, dude. I've heard.
Did you know?
And I know people. Argentina.
Did you know that in Japan they actually massage the cows, the Wagyu cows? So they do that.
Now I'll go to Japan for the massage. But
let's see if we can find a restaurant, Javier, where they massage you at the same time.
There you go.
Yeah.
When you're eating the massage,
I want to be massaged while I'm eating my steak.
Then you know.
Yeah, we need to go deeper.
Yeah, go deeper. That's what I want to say, sorry. Go deeper. Yeah, go deeper. And then we'll go over to Argentina. And I've heard some absolutely the best. I don't know because I don't have that wasabi, whatever the hell kind of meat. I want a little meat in my meat. I just don't want fat.
Than Wagyu.
Yeah, Wagyu, Wagola. Give me some of that Argentine from whatever they feed them, whatever they eat, however they graze. I heard absolutely incredible things about Argentina.
You stay in Argentina, we'll go to Japan. You know,
we'll go both.
We'll meet you there. We'll meet you.
We'll have a dollar bet. We'll have a dollar bet on that.
We'll meet you somewhere in Hawaii.
Yeah, somewhere. It doesn't matter. I'm all over it. They ship the cows back over to Japan.
It's a good question from Dave, and I've yet to experience a cycle where you get a bull run, right? And I started 4 weeks before the crash in May 21. That was fun. I was like, dude, what the fuck have you done? It's like, dude, what the fuck have you gotten yourself into? And in hindsight, it was the best educational lesson I could have gotten. Yeah. It's like, you've got your money in, you're fucked. And it's like, yeah, I really should know what I'm holding.
Well, mine was the bear market of Mount Gox.
I want to know what Clint's is. Is it Dave, when he fixes a digibug?
Dave, I was 4 weeks in, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, how am I going to
buy another one?
It's like I'm really, in hindsight, it's my ex, so it is what it is. But at that point, I was like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, and I was stressed as fuck. I was glued to my screen, and I just saw that number go down. It was like the reddest of red days, and it's like, and then you go on these social media, and it's like, yeah, first time. It's like, yeah, first time. It's like, oh, I know how you feel, buddy, but you should really know what you're holding. And I'm like, I'm 4 weeks in. How the fuck do I know what I'm holding? Your guys are years in, and you don't even know.
It's not like this. It's like this. It's not like this. It's not like this. It's just hanging there.
Well, I wish it was a baby arm, Javier.
Go ahead, Clint. Tell me how you're going to
scarred paw. Oh man, it's so rough.
Tell me how you're going to fix the digibug with Kraggers and new paint job, air conditioning.
Honestly, I would keep driving the digibug. I mean, I'm living the dream right now. I just seriously doing everything I want to do right now.
Good for you, my brother.
I'll be freer to be free. Freer. And I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, it really is. I mean, I'm trying to do everything right now. You know what I mean?
Great question, Dave.
And then that's it. I don't know when you make it. I know what Dave's question is. When I make it, I guess I don't know.
Toilet seat?
I don't know. I'm not getting one of those toilet seats that spray up on you, and then I made it, one of those things. That wouldn't be it.
You haven't tried it, then
I got
you just
cigars,
haven't tried
I got whiskey. I don't know, maybe more scotch. I don't know. Any kind
you haven't tried one of those stamp seats, then.
Oh man, I've tried.
That's the only thing I can possibly.
It was a little shocking at first, It's a little.
It's kind of like that food you say you hate till you go, wow, that's pretty good.
Oh my.
Anyway,
When you're all sitting
Hey, you
around
got any
here
more-
and we got nothing to do and we can sit around for a month and nobody cares
For
where
a
I need to
month.
be. Then I'm like, hey, we're good.
Well,
I think we're going to put a shot.
I was looking at that with Javier. It's like, you know, this last cycle, it's like, you know, I even brought it, you know, in front of Mother Dearest, you know, is that they have a cruise for a year and it's like $30,000. And I'm like, dude, that's all food, that's lodging, that's wherever the port takes us. It's like 30
prison.
grand for a year. I would,
but Dave,
I would probably
it's like
go do that.
Dave, you pay for a prison.
Floating prison.
Yeah, but while you're on that prison, you know what? A prison sometimes ain't that bad as long as I can understand it because
a year,
you disappear. No, you
Javier,
can leave. You're not always on port.
I like to wake
You're
up
visiting
in the
every
morning. I like to wake up in the morning and have the freedom to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a fucking ticket and I'm going to the States. And I'm like, yeah, I packed my bags. When are you coming? Yeah, probably tomorrow. Like, what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm coming over.
Yeah,
It's like,
I like that idea.
And it's like, yeah,
But
I'm
see,
coming
Dave's
over.
talking.
I don't know if you're free. I don't care. If you are, we do something. If not, I entertain myself. You know, I got two hands. I'll make it work. But you know, just kidding. But the thing is, you just go with it. You roll with it, and you're like, yeah, I just want to, you know, I want to go to Japan. I want to go over Europe, and you just get a plane, you hop in, you just go, and meet some people. Like I know many people in this space that I've been speaking to. They're really into tech, and they're really into one-upping one another. And I know it's a sign of the times to argue online, and you know, everyone wants to be right. Me too. But I also like to understand people, like where do they come from? Why do they do the things they do, and how did that came to be? And so I've been trying to have that conversation the last couple of weeks, months online with various people. And wouldn't it be great if you could just have a network of millionaires and billionaires around the globe that you actually know? I mean, that's fun. I mean, I'll be very honest. How many people am I going to be able to share my shit with in regards to crypto? Like, how many people actually get the whole fucking system? Not a lot. Not a lot. Let alone the ones I like. You know, not a lot. I mean, you know, we're kind of in this with a small group.
So, Steak, you're saying we're stuck with each other?
Well, not you.
Don't worry, I don't last that long. I'm already old.
Dude,
I'll be senile probably in 10 years.
Light district. I'm just gonna drop you off there with a little bit of pocket change and be like, I'll pick you up in 24 hours. But you go ahead.
Yeah. What is that ayahuasca? Yeah, hey Javier, go into that room. Go into that ayahuasca thing. He'll be out for about a month. We'll come back and pick him up here in a month.
I don't know if I want to do like life-altering drugs. At some point, maybe, but not at the beginning.
Crypto's a life-altering drug enough. I don't need any more. That's good enough.
Well, the whole DMT experience sounds a little bit too much for me, but you know, whatever floats your boat, Javier. I mean, if I would be at that phase in your life, I would do it.
Yeah,
I would do it.
Put it this way: at the end, you know, you're losing it a little bit. I've been losing it for a long time, but I'm losing it at the end. You don't think I would?
Well, you know,
what's the worst thing that could happen to me?
Die.
Thank you.
No, that's the worst.
If I'm already going crazy,
but
you don't even know it.
DMT, man, don't take those, man.
DMT is the substance in ayahuasca that releases, and it's the same substance in your brain that releases when you die. So many people that do that, they go through their experiences in life and they go through their trauma and they come out after like a long ass fucking trip, usually 24 hours with a shaman and all that shit. And they come out of it completely cleaned in their conscience, in their soul, in their psyche. And they're completely, you know, relieved of any burden of trauma. And that's what ayahuasca or DMT does, which is pretty hardcore. I mean, it's the hardest hallucinating drug that there is. We're not talking about shrooms or LSD here. We're talking about.
Yeah, no, and I don't. Like I said, I'm just saying. At the end, put it this way: I'm not gonna beat the. I'm closer than that. And I'm gonna try all the other shit, dude. I'm gonna go in. I'll be over there for that stem cell. I'll be over there for all of it. But there comes a time where you go into reality, and I've seen it. I've seen it with family members, and as you get older, it's not that I'm seeing it right now. I feel healthy. I do everything I want to do. I'm healthy enough to do it. But there comes a time where I don't want go into an old folks home and you'll understand it. And that's why the importance of staying healthy and active. Got a 90-year-old father that's active. I've seen Clint's parents, incredible. I wish I had their stamina. I absolutely wish and I'm shooting for that. But there comes a time at the end where it just doesn't, and to everybody's got their own journey. I think you almost accept it. It's not that I wouldn't have my things in order. I just don't want to be that one that's sitting in a corner looking out a window. And that's my thoughts now. Can they change? Absolutely.
How do you call that? It's like an ambivalence. It's like
maybe I could get my brain transplanted into something else. I just hope it ain't a mermaid because I like the water, but not that much.
Well, it's never too late for high heels, Javier.
Hey, got all
Dick,
the pussy.
Dick Cheney and
I got all the
heels.
I got all the that I want. I blocked myself out.
So I don't know if like ayahuasca should be the thing for you, Javier. But there's plenty.
I'm already too far gone.
Yeah, they can help.
I'm a walk in the room. Go.
Yeah. Hey, I can be changed. Maybe I can be changed.
All right, Dave. I got the answer. When we have a hot tub time machine, then we made it.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
We made
There
it.
you go.
Then we made it.
We made it. Wow, that's a good one, Clint.
Well, I think look, if I get the independence and freedom of time, that's when I'm already happy. But probably I'm going to get a shit ton more than that. And yeah, man, that's how I feel about it sometimes. It's like
then the next questions come into like me being a single man. It's like, how do you tell somebody, well, what do you do? Why don't you work? What do you?
Oh, I got the answers for that. That's not difficult.
Well, I mean, I could have fun with the chick, but at that point it'd be like, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
But like other things, like when they're asking too many questions, it's like, look, I'll tell you as needed. I mean,
well, that's very simple. If they ask you a lot of questions, you just say tit for tat. I mean, it's
when I know I made it.
You want an answer? What are you going to put again? You got to give me a little something too. I mean, I'll give you an answer. You give me answer.
Yeah. Does she come to the table with paid for, or with debt? That's the next thing.
Doesn't matter, dude. You're a big baller, dude. Get the hell out of it. I know I made it when I'm going. Daddy O says when he's got a plane. I made it when I go, and I can actually borrow Daddy O's plane to take me over somewhere.
I want friends with all kinds of stuff
of every color.
Exactly, with all the toys.
You know what you should tell her, Dave? I got more zeros than you got X's.
Oh man!
Damn.
Well, other thoughts come into play. I'm poor. I am poor, but my trust is not. Shit!
I'll be throwing away. You know what? I need one of those money machines that you use at the strip club. You know about those, Clint? Those
I've
things
heard
that
about them.
You just
everything about it. Why don't you tell
and
us
wherever
about
the hell, right there when I'm with steak, just come up like the typical gringo that foreigner that comes over to the Netherlands, just throwing fucking money. The only thing is I'm going to be cheap about it, and it's going to be Mexican pesos.
Have you ever
No, but you know what? Put me in anything. If I have enough tequila, you can dress me up like well, I won't even go into any of that.
Have you ever heard of the banana bar, Javier?
No, I've heard of banana hammocks. I've heard of all kinds of other shit, but no banana bar. What's a banana bar?
Yeah, if you Google banana bar Amsterdam, I don't know if you want that in your algorithm, but you probably don't care anything. You can just Google
No,
it.
dude, no. Yeah, you're talking about the same. No, I'm not going there.
Yeah,
I'm not going there. But hey, dude, I'm just the guy that's living life, looking to screw up everybody else's life around me and put it right there where I am. Just hey, let's go drinking with Clint and smoking cigars. Get all these bad habits. I got a hookah. Next time I see you, I'm taking my hookah.
Big ass fucking, fire outside. Have a good campfire.
Got that.
Have
We
a good
didn't start it last
chair.
time. Javier started a fire, but we got one out there.
Right.
You're talking about Westwood's house. Yeah, we're talking about Westwood house. Fire.
Look at the stars. Drink some scotch.
There's plenty of them there.
Good conversation.
Free corn.
Maybe something to smoke, something to eat. Crack some jokes.
Yeah.
Pass the fuck out. Wake up. Do it again.
That sounds kind of like what happened. That's here. That's what we do.
That sounded a lot like college, man.
Yeah. It sounded like Westwood. All the free corn you want to eat, whatever, however many.
Hey, I'll give you a degree when you graduate too. I'll give you a certificate and sign it, and you take it home and frame it.
Yeah.
Honorary doctorate.
Yeah, I want to. That's it. I want one of those. I want some degrees. I never went to college. Give me all kinds of shit. It doesn't matter. I just got to hang something in my wall. Yes, sir. It is after 2 hours.
Yep.
I'm good. It don't matter to me. I'm just keeping time.
I'll get a new phone because my battery's about dead. I got notifications popping up.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Good. That's you made it then.
Yep.
Well, for me, you can end it, but I am going to stay on for at least 15 minutes. I'm reading up a little bit on work as well. Like, I'm doing all sorts of shit, but I probably shouldn't tell that on a live stream. So that's for something after hours.
No, you know what? Put it this way: you've been posting a lot of good stuff. Yeah, you've been posting some great stuff, Steak. I enjoy reading your point of view on everything, and absolutely incredible how your mind works, and maybe not in relationships, but everything else, man. I'm all for you.
Well, I can't complain about relationships. I had
no, I'm not saying you do.
I had 17 dates in 5 weeks. That was a lot.
Dang.
And one stuck.
Yeah.
So,
now I know why you're off of Facebook.
All right.
I'll see her again tomorrow, and we'll see if she wants to cook steak topless. I don't think she will.
Hey. All right.
You will have made it. You will have made it.
I'll ask, and if she says no, I'll just ask her to cook something else. We'll just we'll see how that works.
Start off with scrambled eggs topless. Okay,
I'm not going to negotiate on the topless thing. We can negotiate on the food. I mean, we can.
We'll bake a cake, but I don't have a blender, so you're going to have to hand mix it. So I don't.
Right? Yeah, I don't know what it was. I'm sorry.
In 2 hours that we've been on, Digibyte has gone up $2+ dollars.
$2?
$2, so it's 2%.
Dave's bounty that he has for 1,000 subscribers.
There goes Clint. There goes Clint.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, to rephrase that, Javier is talking about the giveaway.
The giveaway
that I'm doing.
I'm sorry.
Not that Digibyte went up to $2. No, you're not rich.
No, Dave,
I just want to see Clint run.
I just said Digibyte went up to $2, and I just fucking
no. I meant $2 on the giveaway because I was looking.
Lost it. Because Dave just asked the question when have you made it right now?
Yep, I'm done.
Right now, exactly. Right now.
Take this job and shove it.
Yeah,
I ain't
exactly,
working
brother.
here no more.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna end it here. So this right here again. I'm just gonna pull this up for everybody. This is a wallet that I created over on Exodus. It'll be live while we do broadcast live. The QR codes, I've posted them, that kind of stuff. This is the giveaway that I'm doing for 1,000 subscribers. Y'all help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and then we'll do a random generated, person puller, and give away $100 worth of Digibyte at this cycle low, which currently is up 24.5%. So that $100 right now is $124.50. Thought that this would be a good way to bring more adoption, to help get the channel where we have the numbers to receive compensation from YouTube. We just don't have the subscribers. So as an effort to get that out there, and as a social experiment to see where $100 worth of Digibyte will go during this cycle for the giveaway.
Dave, nice. Can I add an idea to the giveaway?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a kind of like my attempt at comedy, I guess. But if you wanna, yes, don't get your hopes up. But if you want to get like some awareness, wouldn't it be funny if you pull a random name from, I don't know, put all the CEOs of all the exchanges and Bitcoins in a hat, and just pull from them, and then give them 15,000 Digibyte, and be like, there you go, buddy. Finally, some real assets in your portfolio. There you go. And it's like, and then videotape handing that over. And for them, it's probably jump change, right? But just the thing that you would pull out CZ, and you would just go to CZ and say, well, I think you need the liquidity with Binance. So, everything helps. And yeah, actually some real assets, CZ. You might need it. I don't know. You might need it at some point. Here you got an unregistered wallet. It could be your out in a few years. It could be your pension fund in a few years.
Yeah.
So, get CZ on the show and be like, see how grateful he is with $124 and $46 worth of Digibyte. I think he should be, especially in the predicament he's in. Or you could donate it back to Jared. That could be funny too. Like, here you go, Jared. You said you lost everything.
I think he said he had 1,000.
You could do something funny with it from that angle and be like giving it to, like, I don't know, give it to Larry Fink. Be like, yeah, we know you need it. You're pushing for the ETF from Bitcoin, but here at Digibyte, we're thinking about you too, Larry. So we pitched in a little bit in a hat, and we know you're in a tough spot. So there you go. you could really send it to Biden. Donate it to Biden just for the fuck of it. Just put Dave Digibyte on Biden to the president. Just give a donation.
My goal, my hope with this is that it goes to someone who needs it, not to someone who doesn't.
Oh man!
Then pull the hat from someone and I know this is a derogatory term, but to like a third world country, and that's where you'll make the biggest impact.
Well, by then it might be the U.S., so we're all in it. We're good.
Yeah, we may need it. Yeah.
Speaking of bananas, there's your Banana Republic.
Yeah.
The banana bar.
I sent you the scotch in the DM, by the way, Clint.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna look into this scotch. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's not getting better, Dave.
I was thinking that. So yeah, let's go ahead and this year. I want to thank y'all for coming by. I want to thank y'all for tuning in and showing up. This has been Let's Hash It Out, episode 19. Don't forget to subscribe in order to win the $100 giveaway that I've got going on for Digibyte right now. And man, I love these little weekly get-togethers, these little talks. So many different things go on, and I hope that in the future that y'all find this beneficial and that we earn your subscription. So with that, I want to thank y'all much. Y'all go make it a day. Love you all. Later.
Thank you.